Hey guys, it's Patrick here. Now welcome back to another video on the channel where today we are starting a brand new series on the channel. Obviously, Vita Las Vegas, the NRL kicks off this weekend. Very excited. I can't believe the season is here. I can't believe it. Not long now until the season kicks off. So that's why today we are going to be doing a brand new series on the channel. That's right, folks. Today we're going to be doing Paddy's Footy Tips. So the way this series is going to work, obviously, it's just basic tipping, basically. I have to tip and pick who I think is going to win each game throughout the season. Now, obviously, we're going to be keeping track on how I go each week. So, but because this weekend there's only 2 games of football because it's the Las Vegas opener, we're going to be kicking off the season with the 2 games in Las Vegas. And then next week, we do the rest of the teams in round 1. So, yeah, basically, that's how it's going to work. I just have to pick who I think will win throughout the season. So I can't wait for this series. It's going to be a lot of fun and hopefully I don't do too bad. But anyway, guys, if any of you guys are new around here, please smash that like button. Subscribe if you guys are new around here. And turn on post notifications as well, guys. That way, you guys will not be able to miss out on any new videos. But anyway, guys, without further ado, let's get in and get straight into the video. Okay, the first game of the NRL season and the first game of the round, we have the Newcastle Knights and the North Queensland Cowboys at Allegiant Stadium in Las Vegas for the season opener. Look, this game is going to be big for both teams. Okay, you see, obviously we have Newcastle here, who, in my opinion, have a very strong side on paper. Obviously, they have a very decent side. They have Karen Ponga, Fletcher Sharp, he's back from injury, Dane Gergai, Dong Young, Bradman Bess. They have Dylan Brown as well this season, which they signed in the off-season for a record-breaking deal as well. Obviously, look, Newcastle have a very strong back line and a pretty decent spine as well. So, but just remember too, Newcastle haven't really had a good preseason. They didn't even score a point throughout the 2 games that they did in the preseason challenge, which they are a bit concerning. Obviously, with the team they have, they should be scoring a lot more points. Why you got the Cowboys? Obviously, Tom Dearden is the heart and soul of that team. They have some pretty decent players as well, like Scott Drinkwater, Reuben Cotter as well. He's a big reinforcement in the forwards as well. Look, it's going to be a great game. A lot of people are going to write off both these teams this season. And obviously, not much people are going to be paying attention throughout this game as well. But look, in my opinion, this game is going to be very, very interesting, in my opinion. Both teams are pretty even on paper. Both squads are pretty even. It's going to be a great game to kick off the season. It's a tough one for me, but I'm going to lean towards the Cowboys in this one. I think the Cowboys are going to be too strong for the Knights, obviously, with how Newcastle went in preseason this season. I'm going to go with the Cowboys on this one. I'm going to go with Cowboys 1-12. I think this game is going to be pretty even. It's going to be close throughout the game. But look, in my opinion, the Cowboys are just going to be a bit too strong for the Knights. And finally, the second game in Las Vegas to kick off the NRL season. We have the Canterbury Bankstown Bulldogs taking on against the St. George Illawarra Dragons. Look, this game is going to be big. Obviously, both of these teams want to make a statement to start the season. The Bulldogs are looking to potentially win the whole thing this year, and the Dragons are trying to make a statement and to get back into the top 8 with the team they have. Now, let's talk about these two teams for a minute. The Bulldogs, they have Critter and Matt Burton, who, in my opinion, they are the club's most important players. And if the Bulldogs want to win this game to kick off the season on a high, I think Critter, in particular, needs to really pull his strings, and I think he really needs to have a big impact on this game. Same with Matt Burton. Also, I'm going to make a prediction as well. I think Matt Burton is going to launch a Birdo bomb and it hits the roof of a Regent Stadium. Obviously, he's got the whole world watching him. You got NFL teams watching him as well. So he's going to make a statement for himself. And I think he is going to show everyone on what he is capable of. The Dragons, on the other hand, they signed Colin Matungi in the offseason, who is a big signing for the club. He will be going into second rower this weekend for his debut as well. We have Quinton Gufferson at fullback. They have Val Holmes. If he stays fit, he can be very reliable for the club. Obviously, the Dragons also have a new halves pairing with Daniel Atkinson and Kyle Flanagan and Dame Cook at hooker. So it's going to be a very, very interesting game, this one. And look, it's going to be a blockbuster. The thing I am concerned about the Bulldogs here is their spine. Obviously, you look at their spine, they have Connor Tracy at fullback, Matt Burton 5'8", Lockie Galvin at halfback, who is still trying to prove that he can be a very good halfback. I know how good of a player Lockie Galvin is at 5'8", but ever since he's moved to the Bulldogs to play halfback, things haven't really gone to plan. So this season, he really needs to prove a point. And hooker, the Bulldogs have Hayward, I believe. I could be wrong. But look, I don't think the Bulldogs' spine is very strong, which I do think it can be a problem for them in the future when they play the rest of the games in the season. Why? The Dragons' spine, Guffer fullback, Flanagan halfback, I think he's 5'8", Atkinson halfback, and Cookie at hooker. So I do think the Dragons do have a better spine and the Dragons have a better team on paper. The thing I do whack with the Dragons is, and my main worry with them as well, is the lack of consistency they've shown over the past couple of years. It hasn't been good enough for them, and what we saw in the Charity Shield game against the Rabbitohs, who played their New South Wales Cup side basically against their full-strength Dragons team. Obviously, it was a bit embarrassing for them, and they're trying to make a big statement here. Look, Dragons have a better team on paper. Bulldogs are more consistent, and they've been doing it for a while now. I think I'm going to lean towards the Bulldogs here. I think the Bulldogs are going to be a bit too strong for them. And look, because the Dragons are pretty inconsistent and they haven't been worthy over the past couple of years, I'm going with the Bulldogs 13 plus here. I don't see how the Bulldogs can lose this game unless if something happens. If Matt Burton injures himself again, then it could be trouble for the Bulldogs. But at this point, I don't see a world where the Bulldogs can lose this one, unfortunately. So I'm going with the Bulldogs to win this game 13 plus. Sorry, Dragons fans. So, those were my Las Vegas tips and my predictions. Obviously, it's great that the NRL season is finally back. And this is the first episode of Paddy's Footy Tips. We are starting a new series here. We're going to be doing the rest of the round 1 games next week. And we're going to be tipping who will win in those games next week. And then round 2, round 3, round 4. I think you guys get the point. Obviously, this episode, it's the Las Vegas edition. I can't believe that the season is here. Comment below too, guys, on who you think will win the games in Las Vegas this weekend. I can't believe the season is here, and I cannot wait to watch it. But anyway, guys, thank you guys all so much for watching today's video. If any of you guys are new around here, please smash that like button, subscribe if you guys are new around here, and turn on post notifications as well, guys. That way, you guys will not be able to miss out on any new videos. But anyway, guys, thank you guys all so much for watching, and until next time, see you guys all later. Bye!